show is just for business innovation, networking, education, and motivation. It creates an environment for business persons like you to share your business ideas and your success stories. The Beton Show creates awareness for business opportunities. It enables you to cover networking and gain exposure in whatever you do. It creates an online presence and motivate others to keep doing what they love. Do you want to be left out? Follow the Beton Show live every week on Wednesdays and learn new innovative ideas that will make your business grow. Learn how to network properly and what it takes to become a successful business person. The Beton Show is here to change lives. It's here to change mindset. Don't be left out.
If it's your marketing, your networking, motivation, everybody, come you on. The beton is that show.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to the Beton Show. I'm happy today, right away in Helsinki. So happy because I have AINAK with me, yeah, like AINAK, those behind AINAK. So today, basically, what we want to achieve is to get to know more about this company, the vision, the mission, what they want to achieve with this amazing business, and also how you guys can be part of this journey. And basically, I'm just going to be asking some few questions for them to give me more insight about the INAC vision, as I mentioned earlier. And guys, please stay with me as I dive into the show to ask these amazing guys, what is INAC all about? Yeah, I have Aditi and also Timo. If I pronounce the name well,
That's perfect.
you guys are welcome to the Beton Show.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming here all the way from Tampere. So
Yeah.
we are highly obliged and thankful to you for being here. I'm Aditya, CTO of AINAK, and
Yes, Timo. I'm CEO of AINAK. So nice to be here.
Wow. When I hear the word INAC like before, when I talked to you on the phone, it was kind of like wow, wow. And I had this conversation with you, and you showed me a little bit about the functionality of the company. Like I was really more interested. Like I wanted to do this. Like I want to be here today to really get an insight of the vision of this company and how you guys get started with it in the first place. I will begin with okay. Let me begin with the CEO at least. kind of like the boss. Anyway, I would just love to know more about you, your background, and like what you do.
Right. Yeah. Nice. I have a long background in. I've been even working in space business and at Nokia a longer time, and then I started my own company in 2009, and then along that lines, at one point, I realized that okay, mixed reality will be a cool thing, and it will be something which will changing the world. And then we started with that company. I found then actually Aditya. We were in Slush together.
Wow.
And then we were basically there, started to figure out, okay, should we do something together? And then basically started working on these ideas already then, before INAK even existed. And then finally, what it ended up that we figured out in 2008 spring that, okay, we should found a company together because simply being strong powers of driving the company, this idea forward and hiring also others for that. And then we started, and then here we are now. We have been in the journey of not just having a vision, but actually implementing and delivering the vision already for many parts. So,
Oh wow. What about you? What's your background?
maybe I can. I'm coming from India. Been there in Tampere for around 6 years now. Very recently, I'm here to reach out more and increase our presence of INAK. And I remember that day when me and Timo met in Slush, and that was a really interesting event. And
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
okay, sure. So it went like this: that I had my own startup, and I was looking for work, basically to somehow, earn my bread and butter in a way. And I was like, okay, I'm also a company, I'm also a guy you can hire.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
decide which one you want to choose.
even I didn't know yet that, okay, I'm hiring a company or a person.
So it was pretty much like that. And then in my earlier startup, I met a pretty interesting people in the accelerator I was working for, and then we met one and two guys from there, and they were suddenly meeting us together. They were kind of saying, "Hey, Aditya, I'm sure you're an awesome guy or something," and he started saying some very good things about me to him, like in front of him. And then there was another friend of mine who came in, and he also started pitching me in a way to him, and
Yeah.
I didn't tell them anything.
Yeah.
and that was a very funny situation, and everybody was like, and I was also like a bit like, okay, what's
Like panic, like
panic? Yeah, because I didn't want somebody to like really pitch, but they did it, and I was feeling grateful as well as confused.
Yeah.
And same, I don't know how he felt about it then.
Wow.
I don't know, but what I've learned later anyway with Aditya is that why we are a great team actually also is that I have some business and B2B background, how to sell the businesses and how to be. I'm a little bit older as well, so basically
Yeah.
we have some connections to different levels of people in a way, but I don't have the creativity as well as, of course, not the high deep technology understanding what Aditya has. So basically, we are complementing each other. I also know something about the numbers like financials and stuff like that, and he on the other hand, we are complementing in a nice way each other here. So it's great.
Wow. This is awesome. Meeting. Yeah.
Right.
And that's how we met. Like,
And ever since you guys have been like connected, at what point you realize, you guys have to do this? At what point? Was it like
I don't know. Maybe
discussion,
it was at the point. Actually, I don't know about that. But what I know is that when we realized that, we also realized that we are going to be like in a marriage, like a couple in a marriage. We actually that it's the second wife. That's what we are calling it.
Yeah.
So
But let's talk about this AINAK. What is AINAK all about?
right. Actually, AINAK, the name itself. Think about that. We are bringing the future to the present. You can see the future in the present, and AINAK actually means either glasses or eyes, depending on the language. In Arabic, it's eyes, right? And in Hindi, it's glasses. And you can basically see the future in the present here with the new eyes, and that's what we are actually bringing there. And that's in a very simple ways. Of course, we can talk more about that.
It's like a digital lens to an extended world, which is not just the reality, but also new things augmented in the real world. So if I have a new idea in my head that I would like to change this place to something totally different, which will look like this, it will have this furniture here, these kind of gadgets here, and I want to see them, I can use AINAK, digital lens, like through a mobile phone or through a smart glass in the future, that you can see it's there. It's not there, but it's there.
Yeah.
That is AINAK in a way.
Okay. So what actually you guys want to achieve with AINAK? Like, what is the main what problem are you guys solving? Yeah. I know there are other kind of like similar solutions in the market.
Sure, there are a lot of sort of course.
Yeah.
Designing spaces is nothing new. CAD programs have been there forever in a way. You can first 2D and then also 3D CAD has been there for some time already. But what is really new with us, what we have made real there, is that actually you can, even today, this is the kind of the real part, and the vision is still in the future. But what the real part today is that you can actually take measures of the room just with your mobile phone. You take the mobile phone, you take the measures or the layout of like a 3D layout of an existing room, and then save it. It's in the web, and then you can redesign it, put the 3D models, how to kind of design the layout in that space, and then bring it back to the same room.
Okay.
So think about that. I mean, that's something, and that can happen in minutes. I can do it literally here in minutes for this space.
Wow.
So that's something which is totally new. That is something with the CAD programs. You go there and take the tape measure, and it takes you're crawling there maybe to take the measures there, and then after that you import it to some CAD program. You need all the special expertise there, and then after that, how to visualize it really in the real space. That would be still even missing from that picture.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. I think like listening to you, I think this is kind of like important to everyone who want to like imagine stuff. Like I want to imagine how my living room could be, or my bedroom, or maybe like any space that I'm using. So you think anyone living on Earth can actually use this technology?
I would say yes. Basically, I guess there are how many people are there? 7
7 billion.
billion. Yeah, I guess anybody could use this technology actually, and it's actually easy to use. Also, what our customers today tell us, yeah, it's easy to use. So basically, anybody could just take the phone and use it actually.
Okay. Is it purposely for the Finnish market, or like you guys also interested to take INAK, like somewhere else?
I would say we have started and envisioned our startup always as an international company since the day one. So we believe that if we can make a product which can be reachable to a wider audience, it's always great. And actually, we are not only enabling, for example, companies who are in some other country, but think about this: that you are in Finland, and your customer is in Germany, or somebody is in one different India, some other far country, and then the another company is in Sweden or something. The thing is how to remotely work together in this COVID situation is the opportunity we bring to the table.
Okay.
So yeah, there is no barrier. It's all one single world we have.
Okay. Before you conceived the idea, I mean, it wasn't like exactly the same now. I mean, things have evolved, over the moment, like from the moment you conceive this idea. So, what are some challenges you've gone through in the course of bringing this to reality?
I think we both would be pretty much interested to talk about it.
Maybe
How many hours do you want to talk about?
like as long as you can. Yeah.
Maybe I can begin with something. So when we began this journey, when the startup was made, before that I was working for his company as a person who's making demos, getting companies excited and educating them how things work and how you can make business out of augmented reality. Then we figured out, okay, this is the product we want to make, which can visualize 3D designs in real world, and you can make any experience in a real world using phone. And now we tried selling this, and I think we faced a lot of challenges. It is very difficult because you're disrupting, right? When you're disrupting, you might have to change the way people work, and in that world, it's very difficult to decide or define, okay, where is it when the product is mature enough to get sold?
Yeah.
It's a very interesting challenge. That when would you say that, okay, this is the minimum viable prototype which will actually be useful for companies where they will be already ready to use it?
Okay.
So I think this is where we started facing our first challenges, and obviously we were always improving the whole time. But at one point we decided, okay, this was like product 1.0, then there was 2.0, then there was 3.0. We're like, okay, from 1, let's jump to 3 and show the people that this is, which we don't just can imagine, but we can show.
Yeah.
And I think that changed.
Yeah.
That pretty much changed the course. And I would say that, like, sometimes you have to kind of imagine and catch that, okay, reach until here where it will probably sell. But if it doesn't, then learn more from the customers, from people. What are they looking for? Are they looking for a bit more concrete use case from their side? Because it's not that easy for any company to change their ways of working or to modify their ways of working.
Oh,
that is a very
yeah,
interesting challenge
yeah.
which I think a company has to face. Any startup who is disrupting technology has to face.
Wow, I love that word, disruptive.
Yeah. Whenever you're disrupting, you have to make their vision somehow visual, tangible, something understandable, and so that they can relate to that. And then only after that, the journey starts actually, where you start to see that when are you really getting the traction and getting the people excited. But of course, you have to show something, and that's sometimes can be a long journey, but yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes painful as well.
Yeah.
Painfully long at least.
Okay. I mean, you being the CEO of this company,
Right.
what are, like, I know you mentioned, like personally, like to you, what are some challenges that you think, like really, like pull your legs at one point, like you're like, okay,
What?
like pull your legs, like I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Okay.
Can I stop here? I mean, is this too much for me?
Yeah.
So did you come at some point, in time, like say this to yourself?
Only ask how many times.
How many times?
Right. I mean, of course, one simple thing is clear. Actually, not only in startups. Actually, when you're doing sales work, because CEO has to do sales. I mean, if you're not doing sales, you're probably not the CEO, because in startup especially, you have to do sales. And in sales, of course, you will always have to also face the situation where people say no, or they say they don't understand what you're saying, maybe, or something like that. And this, if those come, more of them come, and they have a great vision, and you know, especially if you know that it's value for them, and they're still not buying, that can be, of course, sometimes annoying, of course, and it can be okay. Oh, what the heck? And
Yeah.
so that's maybe those are the things, especially which you can
Okay.
see. So
Okay. So, how do you see AINAK in 5 years from now?
that's a very interesting question. We have multiple paths here. With as any startup, actually, they can have multiple paths where how they can see their future to come in a way. What's going to happen in the future? We are, of course, because startups are anyways, they have to look at the near future quite a lot also. That okay, what's going to happen in 6 to 12 months? That's even 3 months, or maybe sometimes 1 month. Okay, what's going to happen next week?
Yeah.
That's important to keep your focus also there. But in the long term, of course, if you think about, as we talked about, the 7 billion people could use this app.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
there would be a huge amount of opportunities. How, in terms of the question, is only about what are the business models there. Are we going to go so that every person in the world would be using it, or would it be something that it would be more used by some professional niche players who get big value of that? There are not that many of those. I mean, for example, we are currently seeing that there would be, let's say, 2 business segments which are very kind of interested in this product. It's those who are doing layout planning in factories, and we could see that in any factory planning, whether they are factories or companies selling to factories, any company worldwide could use this app, and it'd be really cool and something very efficient for them to use in their processes. And then obviously also when the companies are selling furniture, there's equally there would be, whether they are to industrial environments, maybe to other like environments like this, there would be also a lot of value there. So how to deploy to those people would be maybe the first step, but then those other 6 billion, 6.7 whatever billion people who would be there would be still great opportunity also for them, like even in the consumer use. But of course, startup has to take steps one at a time and see where it makes sense and where to make the best money first, and then where to go next. So,
Okay. What about you? I mean, do you like agree with what they say?
Of course, I think I would say it's pretty much same on if I say on a generic level, maybe I can just put it a bit differently. That in 5 years, I mean, we have an app already on Play Store. So technically, I don't know how you would define it, but people can see how these things work. They don't have to pay anything. So I would love to reach to the world where there is actually people using it. A mom sitting in a home could simply see how her new kitchen would look like, whether it comes through a particular company, which is our customer, or just herself, just for her own thing, how she wants to have her house. So I would like to reach to a much wider audience where it's available to everyone, and at the same time, we would have clearly B2B will still be there as one of the main focus area, and it will be basically software as a services for multiple industries, which will include the factories, as we say, that's one. Then there will be furniture industry, and then we will learn where is the next big disruption in the
Yeah.
we
So
will learn that
right now, you guys are taking it like gradually, like one step at a time.
see as it comes.
See how it goes.
Yes, but yes, these are the 2 identified niche areas which we are going to focus.
in anything you do in world, whatever it's your private or in business, it's good to have a great vision or plan to the longer term future. But then, of course, you have to deliver in smaller steps. If you try to reach out to somewhere too far, it's going to be too much maybe. So it's better to go like have a plan where you have smaller steps. And of course, you have to be agile also to change. I mean, it's possible that after 2 steps, you have to figure out, I shouldn't go over there, but you should actually go over there.
Okay. Well, I'm happy. Like, just have one last question for you guys. Like, it's more personal question. Right now, I'm a little bit curious. You 10 years ago, we say to you now, like, if say you come in contact with yourself 10 years ago, what will yourself say to you now?
So basically, that's what the older guy would say to me.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, I was young.
the younger guy.
Exactly. Maybe Basically, what I would probably say to that Timo there, who was working there with this AINAK, okay, you are doing something exciting, but are you crazy? Maybe I would say. But I will probably also say, maybe if I would be the kind of me there, I would say thank you at least. That okay, thanks for doing this. It's great that you were were courageous enough to go for that because it was a great learning opportunity and creating we created something great anyways.
Yeah.
There, that's something I would feel there, and that's,
Okay. That's awesome. What about you?
I don't know. I guess, yeah. At that time, I would be studying, and then I would see this guy 10 years ahead doing a startup in technology like this. I don't know. I probably wouldn't believe it.
Wow.
That you're probably saying. I remember. I thought that I would make a startup or something in the future, but never like this. Like that quickly and
Yeah.
and be there already. I thought I would work for a few years and then think like everybody thinks. That's what everybody thinks. So I would probably not believe it.
Yeah.
maybe one small thing to add is that I would say that be careful with your vision because your visions can become reality.
Reality, yeah, that's awesome. So now I want you to talk to the viewers. Talk to them. Why should they be part of AINAK? Tell them why they should be part of this amazing, um, vision, amazing augmented reality. Why should they be part of this? Tell the viewers.
Right. So how I would put it is that, guys, we have an awesome product right now, and that just needs to reach. There are so many possibilities from where we are today. Like all the companies we are talking to are so excited with the product. They see a clear value from that, and not only that, it can disrupt the world. I mean, that is not something we are saying for the heck of it. But then when you see it, then you believe it. And that's what our tagline is. AINAK, seeing is believing. So please join us.
What about you?
I don't know whether you are in technology or you want to just reach out people with this, or whether you are, I don't know, business or student or whatever, or just a hobbyist or something. Just learn with us, and then somehow, if you want to be a partner, I mean, surely we can find ways how to make business together. So
Okay.
this is awesome. I'm sure.
Wow. Viewers, you have heard from Aditya and Timo about AINAK. You have also learned from their experience and how they get started with this amazing, how they met. And I realized that it was as a result of networking. They had to go somewhere to meet each other and then connect with each other before coming with this amazing technology. What I want to give away for you guys to take to wherever you want to go to is that everything is possible if, say, you put your mind towards it. And looking at what Aditya showed me, the reality I saw, I've never seen anything like that. I was like, wow, this is real. I was kind of like, but I don't want to have this experience alone. I want also to have this experience. So go to the link below and download the app. Just go and check. Look at what you can do with it. Check it out. There's nothing wrong in checking it out. No one's gonna like tax you to check it out. Just go there and check it out. So until then, guys, I think we have come to the end of the show, and I'm happy to have you guys here today. And I wish to just sit somewhere and always put my reality. Use AINAK to put my reality to the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, viewers, don't forget to share this content. You can never know who is going to be like watching from your network, who is there, who might be interested. Of course, you can never know unless you share, and the person will like or maybe don't like anyway. Just share, and let's see how it goes from there. Until then, you have a nice day and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.
Everybody. Oh, a show you need to know. The Betong is that show. Efficient marketing, your networking, motivation. Everybody, come you all. The Betong is that show.
For how long are you going to sit and wait? For how long do you want to share your success stories? Someone out there is waiting for that opportunity. Are you looking for an environment to share your success stories? To share your business ideas? What are you waiting for? The Betong Show is here to answer all your worries. The Betong Show is just toward business innovation, networking, education, and motivation. It creates an environment for business persons like you to share your business ideas and your success stories. The Betong Show creates awareness for business opportunities. It enables you to do proper networking and gain exposure in whatever you do. It creates an online presence and motivate others to keep doing what they love. Do you want to be left out? Follow the Betong Show live every week on Wednesdays and learn new innovative ideas that will make your business grow. Learn how to network properly and what it takes to become a successful business person. The Betong Show is here to change lives. It's here to change mindset. Don't be left out.
Efficient marketing, your networking, motivation. Everybody, come you